Okay, a warm welcome to all. I, Tanisha, host of the day, would like to start this knowledge session on the topic the role of human being in today's technology driven world. So, before we begin, let me give a brief description about our organization. SEMS Welfare Foundation is a registered non profit organization across various sectors. Just a second. Yes. We focus on education, non-profit education, particularly skill development and entrepreneurship with various partnerships in education, government projects, and international collaboration. SEM strive to create a more equitable and just society. We are proud of the impact we made through training programs, international conferences, and various grassroots effort in rural areas and urban slums. So now let's get back to our session. In a world increasingly shaped by technology, the role of human beings remain vital and irreplaceable. While machines and AI enhance efficiency and automate tasks, human brings emotional intelligence, ethical judgment, creativity, and empathy, qualities that technology cannot replicate. Our responsibility is to guide innovation with purpose, ensure inclusive progress, and maintain the human touch in decision making, relationships, and leadership. By adapting learning continuously, using technology as a tool, not replacement, we shape a future that balances advancement with humanity. We are privileged to have with us Mr. Satish Vinayak Bendre, who will be conducting this session. He is a visiting faculty professor and has over 30 years of corporate experience. He trains for corporate colleges and back office, sales, marketing, production. He has authored three books and he is a storyteller and a corporate trainer. A warm welcome to you, sir. You can begin with your session.
Good afternoon, good morning. I know it's now nearing 12 o'clock. No? AI and is always galloping now as the days pass. And the question is, we are come to a stage where we are not able to know whether a particular post, a particular video, whatever has been shared, is real or not real. Is it AI related? And the question is that are we using this tool as a benefit useful to us, or it's making us lazy? I'll tell you something. I also been taking IIT, and I have seen students and others, they have a case study ready within 15 minutes, something which should take very very long, where there's a lot of research. They would search in the library and all. This is happening in 5 minutes and 10 minutes. So are we, whatever time we are saving, how are you utilizing that? Before I go further, I'd just like to share one small little incident which happened about, say, around 4 years back or 3 years back. There were some miners. They were trapped in a mine, and there were about 40 of them. And India, it happened in India, and we made a lot of efforts to get them out. It took around 30 days, and they got machinery and technology from abroad, and they were drilling. And but the thing is, the technology and drilling could go only 80%. The machines would crack, and a lot of things happened, and there was pressure. I mean, somebody's stuck in a mine, no food, water, or whatever. Somehow they would manage to send some food. Now there was only about 10% left, but the machines couldn't go further. After that, the remaining 10% we had, they were known as rat trap miners. With their bare hand and small little tools with the hand, they broken, and then they finished off the last 10%. They broke through and they were all rescued. So the question is, what happened? We needed human beings at the end. We had so much of automation, but we needed human beings, right? So what I have planned to do, and what I'm going to do is, I'm going to present you three case studies, and after every three case study, we'll be throwing open for a small little discussion, a little thoughts on exactly what happened. Is AI helping us? Is automation helping us? What's it, the human factor that caused the problem, or was it automation? I leave you with these thoughts. There's nothing like right and wrong. It is your perspective. So to start with, I will share the screen. Please excuse me, just in case the screen starts wobbling. I will go back to audio and I'll explain everything to you all. Right? For right now, give me some time. I'm sharing the screen. This is the first study, but before that, I'll just some thoughts for you that we are all technologically driven today, and the element of technology and automation is very, very important. We can't do without automation. I'm not against that. And artificial intelligence is something which has evolved and will evolve further also, and is going to be part and parcel of our life. The question is man versus machine. That you do we dilute the importance of human being and we go too much towards automation, or we take automation for granted? That is the question now. How are human beings more one up than automation than machine? Number one is creativity. That the ideas which we have, we are creative. Maybe right, something which is up here, the machine may not have. You have some design in mind, some plan in mind. So human beings possess a unique ability, right? So one is innovation, ideation, creative problem solving, human skills. These are something which machines may not have. The next is, of course, human intelligence. Machines lack human intelligence. Understanding people, empathy, emotion. Machine will just churn out something. They will give you data in a jiffy. They will do a lot of things, but machine will not feel sorry for you. They will not have emotions. So when it comes to leadership, this is one quality which could be lacking. And when you have customer service, healthcare, these are things where the human element is very important. The third thing is collaboration and communication, teamwork, backing up for each other. You have people working in a team, and someone says, I'm not keeping too well, my family member is unwell, can I leave a little early, you back up my work for me. Automation on their own will not take up for somebody else's job, obviously. So humans can navigate complex social dynamics, and they understand the feelings of people. Remember one thing, this sentence, please remember that data doesn't change behavior, emotions do. It is emotions that are important. If data would have changed behavior during the pandemic, we all would have worn a mask. Everybody, we would have had social distancing, but it did not happen. There was data and data. So the answer is that human and machine, they have to collaborate. We can't do without machine. Machine can't do without human beings. So while machines can handle repetitive tasks again and again, same task, human beings will get bored. They will not be able to do it. Now the question remains that is the human element indispensable, or some point of time human beings will not be required? I'm taking you forward to three case studies, and we can conclude from there. This question is that how important the human element is. Right now, here, there is this is King's Cross Station, and this is somewhere in London. Okay, and it's a very, very big state of the art. Somewhere, if I mute or something, please give me a shout. Somebody, on my mobile, give me a ring or whatever it is. Okay, because I may not know. Right. Now, coming back to this, there's a King's Cross station, and it is a state of the art station. I'll just tell you a few things about King Cross here. That here, if you can see on the screen, don't worry about the details, but it's a crisscross and 2.88 miles. It covers. The station is very, very big, and it connects London to the neighboring areas, and that whole junction is very important and very busy, but everything is going like clockwork. It was going like clockwork. Trains coming on time, leaving on time, passengers getting in, getting out. So if you see this, so huge, it looks more like a state of the art airport, a space station. Look at this, huge it was. One more slide I'll show you here. It has got 4 levels, and of course we have metros now with escalators, but this is 50 years back. This was, they've already reached that stage, and you could see people coming, going down. Right now, here, everything is systematic, discipline, till one day there was a disaster and 35 people died. There was a stampede and there was a fire. Something which was going on so well led to a disaster. See, 35 figure looks very small, but that is when you read in the papers. But if it happens to your relatives, family members, it's a tragedy. Someone losing the breadwinner, someone's son, someone's daughter. So there was a disaster. And what happened is people said they walked into the fire. I mean, they came out of the train, and they got into the platform, and the escalator took them up, and they walked. I mean, they just went into the fire. They were very difficult to back out, and getting out of it was very, very difficult, and we lost people. There are some reports here you can see from the papers. Hello. There are some reports that as I escaped, others were sent down to their doom. Now, yeah, this is it. Charred, totally charred in. This is what happened. I'm moving forward now here. So this is it. It was working very well, and everything was going like clockwork. One fine day, there was big fire, and 35 people died. This is it, right? Everybody with me now. Let's go ahead. So, what went wrong? What happened? Okay, I'll give the background of this, the way the station was working. Yeah, so that I can put things in the right perspective. How this whole station was working. Basically, there were four departments: operation, maintenance, electrical, and mechanical. Now, these are four departments. Okay, now these four departments, they were working in like silos, silos, these bars, which these big sort of towers which you see. Silos are actually something, where grains and all are stored. It's a term used in corporates, like where a department works in silos. One department will not, talk to the other department. Absolute, like rigid. They were working. Baki ke department mein kya chal raha hai, they don't know, and they are not bothered. So there was operation, maintenance, electrical, mechanical. It was a high-tech station, and everything was going like clockwork for years. But one fine day, there was a fire, and 50 people died. And the first observation was this: that what went wrong, the company, I mean, the whole railway station was working in silos. They were not talking to each other. There was no coordination, no communication. Then there were 20 layers of paint. When you paint your house, you scrape it and then you put the paint. But somehow these people, they bought 21 paint over the other, over the other, over 20 layers. It's a very big fire hazard. So they suggested that you need to take out these layers. So the paint responsibility was with the maintenance department. Now again, they were working in such watertight thing. Maintenance director, they thanked him and they said, you don't interfere in our department and we don't interfere, because the whole thing is what director of operations said, that okay, I will not interfere in your department. You go ahead. Then they called the fire brigade. Dozens of fire brigade arrived, but they were told you cannot connect the fire hose to the subway station. You have to connect the pipe to one place only. They were instructed not to connect the hose to the street pipes. So it took very long to extinguish the fire. Then what happened? Trains were coming in and there were passengers, but they could not enter because they were told once the passengers get down and you close the door, you should not enter. Let people come in. They were working so rigid. The old lady once started banging on the door, please open, please open. They did not open. Drivers were instructed not to open the doors until all the passengers go. And hundreds of passengers had to take the escalator and they landed in the stampede. Now, there was a burning tissue, one burning paper. It came burning down like that. But the ticket people were told, your job is to sell tickets only. Somebody just took one paper and, sort of knocked off that little burning tissue, and they said, you get back to selling tickets. Don't worry about what is happening. So they were afraid to overstep their boundaries. So, they did not warn people. They said, Meru ko kya karne ka hai? It is not my job. And each one was doing only his job, and they were not looking at the whole station as an institute, as a team. With the result, there was fire. So all these things happened. The question is, what went wrong? What could have averted this disaster? Can I have some thoughts, like very quick, like what exactly went wrong and what happened to this? Something you may put it on chat, you can put it whatever you can. I said there's nothing like right and wrong, but at the end of the day, such a state of the art station and each department working watertight, and there was fire and people died. Now, what has technology to do with this? What have human beings to do? Don't you think human beings are the people? They had the best of machines in hand, but people died because they were not communicating with each other. So that is what happened. Any thoughts, anything on the chat, anything else that anyone wants to like to contribute? Okay, so this is what happened. If you leave, to thoughts here, what could have saved it? Why did it happen? I'll just check if there are some messages for yeah. Now there was a gap. You can see over here on the screen, there was a gap. We all need to bridge the gap. We all need to bridge the gap. There's someone saying something. Lack of safety measures. Yes, absolutely. Very good point. Lack of safety measures because they didn't feel that there will be a big disaster one fine day. Feel सब कुछ ठीक चल रहा है यार. Why to have fire extinguisher? यहाँ तो everybody feels like that. Why should I go to the doctor every time? Yeah, कुछ नहीं, मेरे को कुछ नहीं होगा. So that's a very good important point. Lack of safety measures. Anything else like this that happened? Any other thoughts like why? What happened? What went wrong? Man, machine, systems. What went wrong? Just some time. I'll give you. Okay. Any other thought? So now, what's important in this is one very yes. Somebody saying something. 1 minute. Okay, it's lack of safety measures. Now, the whole thing is you got to bridge the gap in the sense if someone has not come to work or you see some fire somewhere, you're working as a company, as an institute. You cannot say uska kaam hai, mera kaam hai. You have to bridge the gap. You're working somewhere and there is a visitor at the reception and nobody is bothered to even talk to him saying that receptionist is not there. It's not good. I mean, it reflects on the institute. No? So we all need to work as one big organization. And wherever there are gaps, you've got to bridge those gaps. You have to close those gaps. Otherwise, things will not happen, no matter what innovation you may have. Now, I'm taking you to the next part. Okay, here. I'm taking you to the next one, the second case study. Okay, I'm taking you to the next one. This is the case study two. This is about the spaceship Challenger, space shuttle Challenger. Okay, I have time. No, I'll just because we lost some time. Some of the organizers can tell me if I have about 15-20 minutes, I can talk. Oh, hello.
Sir, we are listening to you.
Yeah.
Yes,
Please
sir,
go
you
ahead.
can.
नो प्रॉब्लम है मेरे को कोई कांटेक्ट नंबर वगैरह आपका मिल जाए
Okay. Now I'll
कॉलेज में तो फिर वहाँ
sir, your voice is like crackling. Anything. I request put it on message. But right now I'm continuing with this. Now this is about space shuttle Challenger. Now this is very important on technology and human beings. Now maybe most of people over here are too young. This happened in 1986. Maybe some were born, some were not born. This space shuttle Challenger was sent to space, but the entire preparation was done in 1978. Okay, and then ultimately in 1985 or 1986 it was sent in outer space. This was again, the whole world was watching the launch, and there were 6 people in the crew. There were 2 teachers also there. This is the crew. This happened in front of everybody's eyes. They were showing this live, and the whole spaceship burst into flames. The parents were there to see the children. I mean, you can see now we won the World Cup, how happy everybody was. And if some tragedy would have happened, here, same thing, everybody was there, but in front of everybody's eyes, it burst. It went into flames, and people were shocked. The paper said shuttle explodes, survivors unlikely. That no, they may not survive. If you see down, I'm just keeping the slide. Students' cheer quickly turns to shocked silence. They were shocked. What happened? Now, as usual, there was an inquiry commission set up by United States President Ronald Reagan. And after the inquiry, there was only one thing that came out. Number one, the first thing. Now, NASA managers had known since 1977 the potential dangers of O-ring. Don't worry about technology. There were managers over there, and they knew that even forget about O-ring, but there is something like O-ring. If the whole rocket goes into space, it may burst. The managers knew about this in 77, happened in 86, but they disregarded the warnings from the engineers and failed to report these concerns to the superiors. No. So managers knew, but they did not report, and they failed to report these to their superiors. Now, one more step I'll tell you. Disregarded the warnings. Now, the question here, you'll be shocked, you'll be surprised. What actually caused the crash? Ladies and gentlemen, this is confirmed and verified by me. I have gone to the actual NASA site and picked up information. Now, here I'll tell you. Believe me, it was a PowerPoint that presentation that caused the entire tragedy. It was PowerPoint presentation. What actually caused the crash? Here, a PowerPoint slide. Now, how? I'll just take you to the basics of PowerPoint so that everything is in the right context. So it is a good thing for even, of course, you all are experts in PowerPoint. But where this whole PowerPoint presentation went wrong and how people died, that is what I'm trying to tell you in the second case study. I'll just Okay, the two case studies. Now, this word is very, very, you just attract people's attention. In Swedish, this word sex means six, number six. That is, every slide they say should have 6 words or 6 lines, not more than that. It's congested. You cannot understand anything. People put paragraphs. They just do a cut paste job. Now, a little exercise I'll tell you here, where on the screen you will see some symbols, some balls. You just count and you tell me how many you saw. Okay, please participate. We'll understand the whole lesson. Here, please count and put the message how many you saw. How many you picked? How many? Okay. Now I'm taking to the next one. Okay, next slide. How many? You can answer how many. I'm taking to the next now. How many? Got it? Now, when you saw 6, you didn't have to count. You just saw and you said 6. The remaining you have to count. So when the audience is looking at your PowerPoint, you should not put more than 6 lines, 6 words. Don't cram it up. The human beings cannot take so much of data. This is what I'm first trying to tell you about the case study. The number one principle, don't put too much of data on your slide. Now look at this. If you have this type of a slide, imagine what is this? Imagine. So you can't read anything. Shareholder benefit at the side. This is having over here more than 50 lines. 50 lines. How can somebody read? I'll take you to the next one now. Here. How to end the wait. Here, this has got 120 words. Okay, I'm continuing. If there's any problem, please put a message on the group. So now this slide has got 120 words. Again, these are slides. I'll come back to it. You're supposed to have only 6 or 7 lines, 6, 7 words. Now look at this. Very bad. Here, this has got 360 words. Now, if you have so many words, how can people understand what's written on the slide? Now, I'll take you to something a little more deeper. This is the slide which was used by NASA. And this slide, I have got it from the net. This is the actual slide when they made the presentation. Review of test data indicates conversation of tire penetration, this, that, blah, 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 blah. You can't understand anything. 106 words. I mean, at this level, when the rocket is going to be launched, when they are saying that there is a problem of O-rings, do not launch. This is the slide they put up. Doesn't say anything. What they should have had is they should have had 4 lines that whatever simulation predict complete penetration results inconclusive, even in their scientific terms. They should have had an image, a diagram. Best case, worst case scenario. This was the main thing that people didn't understand. They just said, go ahead with the entire launch. And they launched it and people died. If I had to make a presentation, I would have said, abandon launch. Now, here's something which you can see now. I'll just tell you again in the same context. Suppose you're going for industrial visit and suddenly you see a lion coming and that lion is in front of you. When you go into details, when you see, this lion has got 5 molars, 3 cutters, and according to Google, in 6 minutes, you can make 175 pieces. You will just, get scared and you will say, I'm screwed. The lion has come because your mind is thinking on macro. not on micro. Mind, brain thinks first of macro. So I would have just said abandon launch, and they would have, instead of putting so much of data, I would have said abandon launch. That was the best thing to do, right? So the worst thing that can happen when you make a bad PowerPoint is that it can kill you. It can kill you. It can kill you. So this is what happened. There's one more which will just take 5 minutes. Let me know if I can go ahead with that. Another just a small little thing. But here's the point I want to make. Technology था लेकिन कुछ फायदा नहीं हुआ. Now only just tell me on this on the chat whether I should go ahead with the third or you want me to wind up. Hello. Go ahead. Okay. Fine. Okay. I'm going ahead. Now here, I'm hearing a lot of noise now. Someone's mic is open or what is it? Because a lot of noise, Pushpa. Any messages, please, on the. Okay. I'm going ahead. Okay. Now here. Case number 3. This is a Pike Place supermarket. Okay. Now here. This is a case study of a Pike Place supermarket, something which shows you technology has got nothing to do with success. Now the background. Oh, okay. Hello. Yeah. Now, Pike Place supermarket is such. This is the background. Then there was a supermarket. The book is based on that, and the name of the book over here. It's a small little book, and that is called Fish. Fish. You go to Google, you just check. You go to Amazon, and I'll tell you, buy the book. Those who are working, very good management lessons, like how the Mumbai Dabbawala is that way. But anyway, this is about Pike Place supermarket, a very big market. This market was going at a loss, but today there are 10,000 people who come to the market. It's in Seattle and they enjoy it. Now when you go to this market, generally fish market is very dull. Those who have fish will know, but here there is electricity. People are throwing fish, they are shouting, they are dancing. The owner said that no matter what happens, whether they buy fish or no, I am not bothered. When they come, they should enjoy. I want them to really have a fantastic time. They're going to enjoy. So here you can see over here, they will throw fish, they will call out, they will sing. Here you can see, I have not shown the video this time, but you can see it sometime on YouTube. Just go to Pike Place supermarket. Amazing, amazing. Now it was located in Seattle and it was established because they said high cost of living, we want a market. And the farmers were not able to bypass the middlemen. It was not doing well. Now it has gained now international fame. Only one element, no technology, nothing. The entertaining fishmongers, they throw the fish, they catch it, they jump, they sing, and everybody comes to see kya market hai, how they are jumping, how they are happy. Then owner said they will buy fish, but when somebody comes, I want them to feel, Arey, wow, this is the place I must enjoy, and this is a great time. That is what they did. So the experience is important. When you go to a hotel, you go to any place, now here when visitors, they were told that people should enjoy, and when one customer is in front of you, you have to make him feel that he is the most important person. So they experienced the vibrant and unique atmosphere, and it became a beloved destination. So if you're referring to a specific supermarket, please, now what happened is that this supermarket became world famous because of one. They only were actually seeing that people who come to the market go happy, give them experience. When you open, an iPhone or you open Apple product, when you open it, the experience is important. You get a present, experience important. You get a cake, you have candle, experience is important. So here they realize that its experience is important. This is the fish. You can buy this book. It's a wonderful book. thin book, second hand stall you get for 30 rupees, and the most new one, if you buy, you get for 100 rupees. But it can change your way. You have a long way to work, you're working. So the book Fish is a management motivational guide and the story of a manager. He discovered that certain principles, if I have in the workplace, I can really change and I can create magic. So the whole central idea too was to give very positive atmosphere to the workplace. The book Fish is a way to boost the morale, and the central message is that bring joy, bring enthusiasm, bring positive attitude. They say you choose your attitude when you go to work. Don't go like a Dumbo. The authors use the story of Pike Place Fish Market as a metaphor. They said that the way they are enjoying, you have to enjoy your work, and then only as a company you will do well. Your employees will do well, they'll be happy. So, what these are the learnings from Pike Place Supermarket. They said, choose your attitude, regardless of what's happening. When you go to a hotel, you choose now you want masala dosa, you want chicken. When you get up in the morning, you choose your attitude. Play. They are saying, you need not throw things, but have your own way. Have a potluck, have small party, could samosa mangaya, chai mangaya. Have some fun over there. Make that day when the customers come, small act, give them some complimentary, say happy, say smile. Sometime back, even McDonald's, they were having a dance and all, and they said fourth is be present, focus on the task, don't look here and there, focus on them, what do they want. So they said the fourth thing, they said choose your attitude, play, make their day customers, and be present. And this created magic. So we need to rethink our approach to work and how we work, what we do. The book gives you a lot of ideas. So we can apply these learnings in Pike Place Supermarket to our real working place. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. And I'll stop sharing. Thank you for the patient listening. Thank you for your patience. When technical things do happen, you can never know. Suddenly something goes wrong, but everybody was so quiet and they're patient. I was, really sort of worked up. But you all said, being so much younger to me, you all said, don't worry, these happen. We'll wait. And I restarted, rebooted, and came. Thank you for the patience. It was wonderful, sort of addressing you all. I hope, these little points come to your use. And, I'll be looking forward to many more things. It was a good day spent with all you young guys. That once again, have a good day and God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for making this session so knowledgeable, and thank you to everyone for your active participation.